Welcome to the Lakehead, or some call the Bridge City between East and Western Canada. We are in Thunder Bay for this year's Scotties Tournament of Hearts. They are some of the best curlers to ever grace the ice, winning numerous Scotties titles. And the defending champs look to add their name to that special list. And it will be a second straight Canadian championship for Carey Anderson. Team Anderson will don the maple leaf one more time, aiming for a three-peat. However, they'll have to get past a challenging field, including one skip, who's also looking to make history herself. 18 teams have arrived in Thunder Bay, all with one goal in mind: to win a national title. They all start with that clean slate, the same record, all hoping that in a little over a week, they will stand next to this. The Scotties Tournament of Hearts begins now. And all of it happening here at the Fort William Arena, built back in 1951 and has hosted numerous Canadian curling championships, including a Brier back in 1960, and the winner was Ernie Richardson. As we come inside, and on this Friday night, we do say hello, Canada, and welcome to our opening evening, our coverage of the Scotties. Cheryl and, Kathy Gauthier, where Russ usually stands. We have to tell you that Russ tested positive for COVID today, so he's in quarantine, and we hope to see him in 5 days' time. And it's interesting to note the last time the Scotties was here was 1996, and we have the silver medalist and the bronze medalist from that area. We tried to get the winner, but so we have these two. Because of COVID, we're in a bubble again here, as we were last year in Calgary. It means 18 teams, 2 pools of 9. Let's take a look at Pool A, and COVID has an effect there.
Well, when you look at Pool A, you may think this is the toughest pool, but there are some question marks. You've got to think about Tracy Fleury, who's out with COVID, Emma Miskew, who's taking over the skipping duties, and Krista McCarville's team. How will they handle being the hometown pressure? That could create opportunities for the lower-ranked teams in that pool.
Well, keep in mind now we're playing an 8-game round robin within that pool, and then the top 3 from each will advance. Let's take a look then at Pool B.
Well, Pool B is very flat. The 2 obvious teams are right at the top right now. Alberta, Laura Walker, Carey Anderson looking for that three-peat. But then you've got 3 really good teams, 2 in youth, in Zacharias and St. George, and Marianne Arsenal with all that experience fighting for one playoff spot.
And we're going to open this event with a game that is really a rematch of 2016. Krista McCarville against Chelsea Carey. Carey, albeit with a new team, wildcard number 2 out of Saskatchewan.
Chelsea Carey just has a habit of coming to the Scotties with a new team and winning out there. And I think for her, she's just dreamed of Scotties since she was a little girl, of standing on that podium, and that's powerful. And add to that, the lineup she has in front could create opportunities for this team.
And you just saw Krista McCarville with her coach Rick Lang, not in front of the people as she expected. So what does she and how does she deal with this?
Well, it's tough because this team has worked so hard all year preparing to be in front of a full building. Now instead they're thinking, gosh, if we were in the bubble last year, we would know the emotional strain of not having anyone around, not seeing family or friends. That's why they don't travel. Now they have to adjust.
We're so glad that you are with us. We wish the best to Russ. Hope to see him soon before the ladies really take over here at the Scotties.
There's always that little bit of rivalry because Chelsea did beat us in the final of 2016, and I think it's, going to be a good battle. She is our first game, so that's probably what we've been focusing on the most. Super excited to be playing.
We know that it'll be a really tough game. Obviously, they would have had the 5th man situation going on with the crowd if they were allowed. I'm sure it would have been packed and we would have been deafened by moose calls. The event being here for them is a huge deal, and they'll be even that little bit extra motivated, and they were already pretty good before that, so it'll be a battle for sure.
Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you in part by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Hello!
Welcome to the 2022 Scotties Tournament of Hearts in beautiful Thunder Bay, Ontario, home of the two-time Canadian and 1989 Women's World Curling Champions, Team Heather Houston.
We acknowledge that the territory on which Thunder Bay has been built is situated on the ancestral lands and waterways of Fort William First Nation, signatory to the Robertson Superior Treaty of 1850, and we recognize the long history and contributions made by the Métis people. For many generations, Indigenous people have had significant, respectful, and sacred connections to the lands and waterways which have supported them in the past and continue today. Enhancing our knowledge and understanding of the history, diverse cultures, and experiences of Indigenous peoples in Canada is an important step towards the path of truth and reconciliation.
And it is nice to be back in Thunder Bay. That winner, of course, the last time, 96, was Marilyn Bodo. So Krista McCarville, expecting to play in front of the fans, will play in the bubble. Let's meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. McCarville and the team from the Fort William Curling Club, skipped by Krista McCarville and backed up by Sarah Potts, Ashley Sipola, and Kendra Lilly. Chelsea Carey, wild card number 2 out of the Highland Curling Club in Regina, and they are skipped by Chelsea Carey with Jennifer Armstrong, Stephanie Schmidt, and Jolene Campbell throwing the third stones. McCarville will play the red. You see the little hammer has gone up beside her name. She's won the draw to the button. Wild card will play the yellow. That's Chelsea Carey. And so settling in to get us underway here in Thunder Bay, and the 2022 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is Jennifer Armstrong.
Well, Krista McCarville did talk about, being super disappointed that their family and their friends couldn't be here to cheer them on. But they also talked about the fact that once you settle in, once you start to curl, that you kind of forget all that. And I think for a lot of teams, what they learned in the bubble that Team McCarville may not know is you have to be your own cheerleaders for each other, because you don't get that fan support from the crowds cheering you on for the great shots.
Well, it's interesting, Kathy, and we're talking with McCarville. Her whole process getting ready for this was with a sports psychologist, how to deal with the crowds, how to deal with the expectation in much the same way as Brad Gujou had to do when the Brier was in St. John's, Newfoundland. And so now that doesn't matter anymore. She has to just focus and do what she knows.
Curling now. Go hard, 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 hard. Keep it sliding. Yep, it's really curling, so keep going. Good sweep, guys. Shot.
Let's take a look at the keys to the game, and we will start with Chelsea Carey.
It's just really important first game to believe your eyes. The ice may be different from practice, and it changes as the game progresses. You just don't know, so believe what you see out there. And then if you see something, say it. Don't keep it to yourself. Keep talking. You need to be able to kind of keep that communication up, so any changes and you jump on over it before the other team.
And now the keys for the hometown team from here in Thunder Bay, Krista McCarville.
Well, there is no place like home, and there's some advantage to being in your hometown. Krista's talked about it. They're getting their family to deliver home-cooked meals to the hotel. That has to help somehow. And then you need Kendra Lilly to have a strong week. She had a great week at the trials. She came up just a little flat in that semifinal against Jones' team, so she needs a solid week all the way through.
Yep, hard,
and it's something that, Krista talked about to us prior to the game. Cheryl, that aspect, she knows the other teams who were in the bubble in Calgary. If I can describe it, dealt with a little bit of the loneliness, being required to stay in your rooms. How do you deal with that? Well, she said she's got a lot of papers to mark. So she's doing that. And, of course, they're doing all the FaceTiming and the Zooming now that everyone does.
Yeah, you need to. I mean, we found it even as our crew in there. You know, it's different, and you need to deal with it and find ways to occupy your time, because sometimes you're not allowed out of the hotel, and you can't go for the normal walk you do down to the mall or any of those things that typically kind of allow you not to think about what you're doing as far as curling and competing. You don't want to sit in the hotel for the entire time and think about the games and think about we should have or could have. So trying to find different ways to alleviate that.
Up and down the sheet here in this first. Kathy, do you agree with some of the players who said in the bubble in Calgary that it wasn't unlike playing an event, say, in a curling club, where you didn't have fans beside you, so you never heard anything? Is it similar, a situation like this?
It is, except for as a woman curler, your goal, your dream is to play at the Scotties, and part of that comes from the energy. Krista said to you and I before the game, Vic, that's that positive energy they were counting on getting from the crowd. And so now so much of this McCarville team has to be about how do we balance all those things that we were worried about and we trained for. Now we actually have to go the other extreme and deal with the lack of pressure that it provides, but also the energy that's going to be missing.
Stephanie Schmidt hangs it on the edge. One previous Scotty for Stephanie, played with Stephanie Lawton back in 2015. Again, because of the COVID situation, similar as we've seen in other events, the coaches are separate as well. So the team that is throwing the red stones is at the away end.
Just getting a bit of a sense of what the ice is doing, Vic. We're getting about 4 feet of curl outside in, a little straighter inside out so far, and haven't seen a lot of draws, but 14.5 seconds, which is pretty good to start. This first game can always be a little bit of a toss-up on, are the rocks grabbing a little harder? Is the speed just a little heavier?
So here is Jolene Campbell throwing the third stones in a third Scotties appearance for her, once with Amber Holland, and then skipping back in 16.
Coming down a little.
Going 6 and 5.
5-1. I don't think you can hurt it.
That silver medal she won as a junior, she lost to Caitlin Laws,
Good, Joe.
who will be, of course, at the Olympics with Jennifer Jones.
Nice.
Kendra Lilly. Now that game of that semifinal was a struggle for her. That was her worst game of the week. She came up a little flat.
She had been so solid all week, a great week at the trials. I think oftentimes you get to late in the week, and sometimes it's focus and concentration too. So one of the keys to performing at the end of the week is the rest along the way, the recovery, the downtime.
Normal. Lean. Nice. Lean. Yep. Yep. Right up.
Right to it, Jen.
Hard. Right to it. Good throw. Nice one.
Oh, I moved a little. That was a little quiet. 10-1.
Okay.
Two familiar coaches working on these and with these two teams. And Colin Hodson, who plays lead with Mike McEwen, has been the 5 priors, is coaching Chelsea Carey. And of course, he plays the mixed doubles game with Chelsea Carey. And there, of course, you see he's not only as part of the organizing committee and the 2-time world champion, Rick Lang.
Not much of an extension.
Now working as a performance consultant with Curling Canada, and also, you know, this event was supposed to have been here last year, but everything was put into the bubble in Calgary. It's here now, and unfortunately into a bubble. We may have some people by the end of the week as restrictions are lifted here in Ontario this coming week. But they've already said to Curling Canada, 24, if you haven't got somebody, come on back. We'll do it here in 24.
As soon as it crosses it.
Oh, and they so deserve it. I do hope that when things open up here on the 31st in Ontario, that they do have the opportunity to get some fans in this building. The teams talked about, all the teams who were at the trials talked so much about having fans back and being able to play with the cheering and the noise, and it's just so important as a player. That's a lot of the reasons why a lot of these players play out here, is to perform.
Wait, nice. Yep. Normal. Yep. Yeah. Right to it, Jen.
The 16 win was over McCarville. The 19 win was over Rachel Holman.
The weight was good.
Yeah.
Great sweep.
And unable to hold the shooter there.
Well, they said the weight was good on that one, so maybe a little touch more ice.
I didn't think so, but I thought it was good.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it's curling. So a little more ice out there.
Definitely a bit heavier than practice. A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
2 feet.
Let's go T line.
Okay.
T or even back is okay, guys.
Ninth Scotties appearance for Krista McCarville.
Hasn't moved yet.
And nice,
Okay,
because
there it
Chelsea
goes.
rolled out, which she didn't
Give it
want to
back.
do. You give Skip
Doesn't need to
Krista a
throw
chance
now,
at the
but
draw,
I think
which
it's okay.
you love that
Line T
opportunity
is
as a
good,
skip.
guys. All the way back.
Yep, go, 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 go. Okay, good sweep.
So 14 and a half seconds on that. Nice speed to start.
Got 14-7.
14-7?
Yeah.
Curl's nice. I want to hit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it hung for
And
the
then
longest.
slows down.
Yeah, it loses all the way.
Because they were a little hesitant at
Yeah.
first.
That's the communication you love to see from both teams. You could hear
got it.
Jolene and Chelsea talking
normal.
about her stone, and you can hear Krista and Kendra talking about her stone, just to make sure they're understanding how it was thrown, what it did.
More. Yeah, a little more. Just clean.
Whoa, Steph. Whoa.
Sit. Good throw.
Oh, she's going to hang it on the edge as it spins back.
That girl. Looks good.
Okay.
Yeah. Weight was good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Very similar weights.
Yeah.
That would be next level.
Chelsea may have wondered, because the outturn that she threw, that over curl, that maybe there was a track on both sides of the sheet, because it was almost the exact same spot as the intern. So maybe being a little careful.
It came up a bit, but not like that side.
No.
Yep. Yep.
Krista McCarville, Northern Ontario, forced to chase, looking for the flank here in the first. Cipolla, pause.
Nice throw.
Just a little dust, and away it goes.
It was really loud.
So a blank goes on the board here in the first, as we open up the 22 Scotties here in Thunder Bay on a Friday night.
Yeah, I think we can stick with normal.
And is underway on this Friday night, opening night of this year's Scotties here in Thunder Bay. And our feature is Krista McCarville from the Fort William here in Thunder Bay against the Highland Curling Clubs out of Regina. Chelsea Carey, wild card team number 2. All of these games are in the Pool A. B has the evening off.
Wait, close. Line's really nice. Hold it a bit, Joe. Line's good. Hold it.
Whoa.
Line's really good. Yep.
Close.
8.
Yep. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa.
He's trying to play the tap on this one.
Easy. That's good.
Whoa.
Pistol.
How nice.
What was her first?
9-team pool, but only 8 are on the ice. And here are the other games. It is Nunavut with Bridget McPhail out of Halifax skipping the team, playing Suzanne Burt out of Montague and Cornwall. Our game, our feature, is on sheet B. On sheet C, it is Team Holman, but with Emma Miskew skipping the team for the week, with Rachel off to play mixed doubles with John Morris at the Olympics against Tara Hill from the St. John's Remax Center. Andrea Cofford out of the Capital Winter Club against Tracy Fleury, but again, as mentioned, Tracy Fleury tested positive before she left Sudbury, driving here by herself. So she was never with the team. And so she is quarantining now. And if the 5-day quarantine works well and she is tests negative, she could very well be back on the ice by Sunday. But there is the third Selena Negevin, who is now skipping that team. And it's out, so it's in that free guard zone. The only team that is not playing tonight, that is Saskatchewan, and Penny Barker out of Moose Jaw, the Saskatchewan champion.
She may have had the option, Krista, to play the double on that yellow had it been in, but I love this call. Go around that corner. You threw it for a reason. Try and set something up for your deuce.
Going hard, line, yes, line. Yep, go. Hard. Wade's good. Yep, hard. Keep going. Really curling hard. Go hard. Line's great. Go hard. Okay, easy. It's going to come out the other side. Sit. Good.
And right around they go, and it peaks now on that outturn side.
Two's good. You got it.
17.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't sure I was seeing as much curl to the wings, but both those interns almost over curled on the come around the corner guard. It's like a beautiful ice surface so far.
It's coming down.
Still 4-5.
Okay.
Jennifer Armstrong and her second lead stone.
5.
Yep. Both of you go.
Hard.
And around they go. They'll tuck it in underneath.
Sorry, Cal.
Sorry.
Nine is good.
Armstrong, who is lives in White City, Saskatchewan, actually played in a couple of Scotties in New Brunswick with Andrea Crawford back in 19 and 20. Ashley Sipola. And they'll leave their shooter up top to use.
Okay, Steph.
So early scores in Prince Edward Island. Suzanne Burt picks up a single in the first.
I don't mind trying it. Guard's not
Team
the worst.
Holman and Newfoundland and Labrador blank. And Crawford with the last rock scores one. Andrea Crawford against Team Fleury, wildcard number 1 tonight, and skipped by Selena Negevin. So there's there's some stories on the ice tonight. How Selena will do skipping. And of course, the bigger question mark is Emma Miskew skipping for Rachel Holman and the Ottawa Curling Club.
Yeah, I mean, Emma, I think she said she skipped twice in juniors, so, has not done a lot of skipping, is one of the best thirds out there. She's a great line reader. And there's not a lot of concern with Sarah. Sarah Wilkes played third for Chelsea Carey when they won that Canadian championship, so she can step back in pretty easily. Just Emma being in the house, it's just a different rhythm.
Try this.
And you know what? I think she really started the end of the game with a really good set. Cheryl, she just played it very simple, very wide open, just to settle in and not have a lot of rocks in play. Had a wide open hit to go into the second end, and I think that just settled things down. Lots of rocks in play in this next end, and it's just not rushing things.
No, that's smart. It's brilliant. You need to settle in. The routines feel different. Where you're supposed to be in the ice feels different in that position. Most certainly, Kathy, after she's played, 20-plus years with Rachel.
Ashley Sipola trying to get rid of a center line stagger and open up shot rock. And she'll open it up, but now leaves a couple of corners.
That works.
So it's first and second belonging to Chelsea Carey without last rock here in the second.
Mine ran nice.
Pretty good position for Team Carey. You can sit 3 horses on. Not a lot of danger. There's just that one red corner up top.
Just normal.
Sorry, Joe, my fault. Didn't do anything. 9-3.
Okay.
Good.
Would you ever have thought,
Yeah.
it was the third shot, would you ever have thought of ignoring it, just trying to go? I know you're going behind theirs, but you're putting pressure on them.
Yeah, you could. I think you're just at this point thinking, hey, we can sip 3, we can force. But this is an opportunity here. You roll behind. I would actually roll long on this one, not behind the single red, but behind the red, yellow in the corner. Be very tough to get rid of.
Kendra Lilly. Sippola trying to help this over now. Get across, roll it over, and over it goes. Not quite underneath the 2 on the wide side.
I think we went in the hole, maybe. Good shot, Kendi.
You look at that now, Vic, and it might have been the idea to, instead of hit 3rd shot out there, you throw a center guard sitting 1 and 2.
What do you like?
I don't mind just the run. I think that's kind of dicey.
Got to probably play it this way, which is also a little scary.
So let's get our first look now at Emma Miskew as she throws the skip stones for the Holman team against Sarah Hill from St. John's.
And a wonderful opportunity for 3. You'll see it's Ali Flaxey in the house, so not separating that front end that's played so well and swept so well together. Emma made a draw on her first and not able to remove it, the Newfoundland team. And so this is a chance for 3, needs full 8.
Ali Flaxey coming in, former skip, having played with Jacqueline Harrison in the 21 trials, and that's a nice way to start for Emma Miskew in her first game skipping here at the Scotties.
I think those are close.
Whoa. No.
Firm.
Close. No.
No.
Oh, God. You want to just double those?
Whoa. No. It's too thin for that right now. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Sadie.
Boy, lots of yellow. They all belong to Prince Edward Island, and they already lead 1-0. It's the final stone coming up for Bridget McPhail, who is skipping a Iqaluit. She is out of Halifax herself, a former New Brunswick junior champion.
Well, she made a wonderful shot in 1. Facing 2, she hit and rolled under cover. Suzanne Bird not able to get enough of it for the 2, and that's why you see that 1-point lead, but needs a real doozy here. Needs to find the hearts for the single against 4.
McPhail, the second, Caitlin McDonald, Allison Taylor, they're all Scotties rookies. Only the third, Sadie Pinkson, has been to a Scotties before. This is her 4th appearance. Did it catch something, do you think?
It caught the guard, and that was the redirect. So at least she counts out 2.
Yep, so she'll give up the steal of a 2 out of the Iqaluit Curling Club. Lori Eddy had skipped this team the previous 2 Scotties, and then they elected to go with Bridget McPhail because of proximity with 2 of them players in school in the Maritimes.
Just a really good hit and roll by Kendra Lilly. If she just rolled into that red cluster there could have been a triple left, but she rolled long over to the edge of the 4-foot, and so only a double here for Chelsea.
Skip stones.
Close. No.
So far, all on its own. Chelsea Carey, bang. And we'll get rid of 2 and then roll over and sit on top of Shot Rock. So that's a
Nice one, Skipper.
Good sweep.
Sneak it by the shot stone sitting back edge of the 4.
But what a great shot under pressure.
Not doing a ton there.
Well, certainly when Jolene's, it hung, and that caught them by a surprise. I think she put it back slightly. Chelsea threw hers really well, but they got a good read off Jolene's.
Yeah. Have to come this way. This should curl.
I think so. We like the draw.
Think of 9.5.
Yeah. Krista?
We gotta hit it here, right?
Yeah. Do you guys like the draw?
It's a tough one. Like, they're full 8.
We would have to be at least here.
We gotta be. It's gotta be
Should
pretty
not leave
perfect.
her a double?
Though. Yeah, you like it?
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Well, it was just our initial thought.
Okay.
I would be nervous playing the hit on this. I
Probably
love
almost
the
need,
draw.
like, edge of 4.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Do you think same is her way this way? Yeah. She shot that pretty hard. But this is that same.
Okay, we
And
need
they'll go to the
back
third New
4.
Brunswick and wild card number 1, Flurry.
Should be similar to what you
1-0 New Brunswick after the blank in 2.
They're full 8 plus maybe a little.
Yeah.
So.
All you're trying to do here is not leave a double for Chelsea again, so get it even.
Gotta be T-line.
Line's good. Not curling yet, guys. Have a
Not
look.
moving.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Not curling. Not curling.
No, no, no. Wow, I didn't think that was that heavy. Shot was pretty hard. Yeah? I had a lot more than her other one. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't think that.
Wow. Shoot.
I
I
like
think she shot a lot last time too.
No, I wanted to sweep her last time, remember? Because she said tee her back.
Yeah. I got 13-4.
Yeah, and we've been seeing weights
Yeah,
out here
like
about
that.
14.5, 14.7, so just an overthrow.
I think this is far enough in that it should move a little bit. Joe's went straight, but now we're into the 8 foot, so.
Yeah, and it's all normal though. I like this ice. It should be really close.
We'll stay close. We got
You
it,
got it.
Chelsea.
Right at it.
Yep.
Normal.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Oh! Good. Please. Whoa, no. No.
Right off.
Step. Step.
Hard step.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Good girl.
Got it?
Good girl.
Sure
Great call,
does.
Joe.
That is what Chelsea does
Yeah.
so
Good
sweep at the
well.
end.
You heard her before she threw,
sweep.
and
Yeah.
she said, you know,
Good
I
throws,
think
yeah.
we're not as far out. She's a very good ice reader.
Oh, and she said she said whatever I've gotten into in my life
Yeah, I
with regards
thought
to sports, she
I slid all
gets
the way
into
to
it.
you
She's
on this,
very
so
much
just like it was straight
intense.
through.
Yeah.
And because she
like
grew
just
up,
a hair is
you know, we make
missing.
jokes
Okay.
about it, as any curling family. The salt and pepper
that's really
shaker
big, Bob.
never stopped
That's what I thought when you put the
going across the dining room table.
No.
And in particular, with her father Dan, and she said it's
figured
just
it was
by
gonna move a
osmosis.
bit.
I picked it up. It was a
Well,
sponge.
just with the spot.
You know, I think all
it's
of
just so
the
wide that it's
players
like
that you
one
talk to that grew up with this game, and you sit with your parents at the table and you talk about strategy and shots, it's just there.
Whoa, whoa.
But here's the
Whoa, whoa,
force
whoa.
sitting the 2,
Whoa.
and that's what's facing
Whoa.
Krista McCarville
Sarah.
here in the second.
Us! Us! Whoa! Hard! Yep! Hard!
And down to it. Very
shot.
nice.
One red.
1 red it is. Northern Ontario picks up the first point. The early lead through 2 here in Thunder Bay. Sarah Potts throwing lead stones for Team Northern Ontario out of the Fort William Curling Club here in Thunder Bay, playing at home in this year's Scotties on this opening night, an opening draw. With a 1-0 lead, and so for the first time in the game, it will be team wildcard number 2, Chelsea Carey, out of the Highland in Regina, playing the Yellowstones that does have the last rock. They have the hammer.
You just saw that fabulous shot by Sarah. What's impressive to me so far in this game is both teams throwing the right weight for the shots. Even Chelsea not overthrowing on either of her the doubles she made, and you tend to do that.
Step, step,
And that perfect shot by Sarah, hack weight, hit and roll behind the
all the
center.
way, all the way, all the way. You got it. Hard,
Jennifer
you're doing it.
Armstrong.
Go, 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 go,
Hard,
go.
Steph, you got it!
Really gotta go, really gotta go. Great sweep.
Nice one.
12-2.
Very nice, just to push it through the back.
Good
But still
sweep,
an
Steph.
opportunity
Good throw.
as McCarville indicates, to maybe hit and get underneath, and it's getting underneath her guard.
Just 10 then? Yeah. Maybe a hair
Fifth
easy.
Scotties appearance for Ashley Sipola.
Whoa. Whoa, close. No. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Go, Kendra, go.
This team of McCarville has been together since the 15-16 season, and then in 16 they lost the final, of course, to Chelsea Carey.
So she probably didn't want to overly.
They've made the playoffs in 4 appearances, so they're not far away, as we know. Had a great run at the trials as well. It's just that ability, to my mind, Cheryl, for all 4 players to be on the same page the entire week and have very, very, very few down days.
Great throw.
I think it's that, Vic, and then the other thing this team has talked a lot about is, you know, when they get closer to the end of the week and the ice will change. You know, you'll be in a single game sheet, the ice will be a little faster, and they have admitted that they just don't adjust to the changing speeds on the sheet. So one of the things they've done, and they have practiced a lot since the trials, because that was the last competitive game they've had, is to throw different speeds and then make sure they pick up on it out there.
That was good.
Way was perfect, yeah.
And I think that'll just help them with their consistency and their numbers as well.
She didn't say, I thought it was a bit more. Close, clean.
It's the same.
Close.
Maybe a hair less.
Close, close. Close.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes!
Hard.
Huge scrub now, Jennifer Armstrong gets it by now. Hits it a little thin. Will it hang around at the back edge?
Or 11-3, sorry. Yeah. Good throw.
Just a little quiet.
Yeah, just quiet.
And yes, it does. Comes back.
Just a little down on the weight, and I don't think Chelsea got that from the brushers, so it wasn't on it as quick, and then it took off on them.
Good sweep.
That works, but
Just a little quiet.
yeah, 11-4.
Thinking they're for control weight out here is about 10.5. Seems to be what
Little easy.
the sweet spot is for weight.
Kendra Lilly.
Yes. 10. Whoa. Whoa.
Fifth Scotties.
Whoa. Clean.
All of them with
Clean.
Krista McCarville.
Good. Nice, Kendra. What weight did she call there? 9.5. I think that was 10, wasn't it? I think 9.7.
John Wall is the chief ice technician out of Ottawa.
Same thing. I thought it was.
Appropriately, his ice making company is called Wall to Wall. And he makes he makes ice at several clubs in the Ottawa area, including Renfrew.
Clean.
Clean it.
9.
Well, he's done a great job to start here. The ice looks fantastic.
Fine. You're okay.
Good.
And he was part of the bubble crew in Calgary.
Hope she's hearing.
Do you remember we saw them sleeping? That was the longest stretch for those ice makers through that entire
I don't know
bubble.
if she can hear you over all the fans.
They're all huddled and with their coats up over their on their chairs as we snuck out the back.
Here, more really close. Whoa. Yep. Same weight.
That center line guard right now going to waste.
Whoa. Clean. Ash, clean. Clean.
No, it was pretty big for Team Carey to stick around on that biter out in the wings, because you know McCarville's not going to ignore it.
We got like 10-2.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice try. I think they are 10s.
Yeah.
Shots.
I think those are a little.
Sorry?
Those are 10s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Similar to last.
Flawless. 9-5.
Jolene Campbell.
Clean.
Yep.
9-5.
Yep.
Hard. Really hard.
Hard.
Hard to stick it.
Hard
to
all the
stick
way.
it. You gotta go.
Hard.
Push it.
Hard.
Push it, Steph.
Hard.
Closer to a 10, probably.
Well, look at this.
Good.
Good.
And she'll tuck a little bit underneath, but it's
Thanks, Joe.
sitting back edge of the 8.
That one came down, I thought, a little bit.
They knew how big that was to make sure they stuck in the rings, because you know what Krista's going to run up and do is come right around that center.
Well, let's update what's happening with Team Wildcard and Rachel Homan's team. Emma Miskew, of course, skipping up 3. And the final stone coming up for Sarah Hill out of the St. John's Remax Center.
Well, she only needs a bite of the 8-foot to score, but she made a really good shot on her first hit and roll behind one of her own stones. And in something that was maybe the first test that we've seen for Emma in this event, she made a really nice double run to get rid of the stone and leave herself flying 2 and to force Newfoundland and Labrador to take 1.
Second appearance for the 26-year-old Sarah Hill. Last year in the bubble, she won her first 2 and then dropped 6 straight to go 2 and 6 and picks up a nice single there.
Good time on that one?
Yeah, 15-12.
Wow, okay.
10.5. Yeah.
It's a little firm, eh?
Yeah. Good shot. Thank you. Just a little hot. I got 10.5.
I just thought I should kick a little harder because I didn't know, like you were way out.
Yeah.
Kicking hard, but I was like,
yeah.
Just don't want to baby this.
Yeah.
Comes up pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even with that weight, it was like not on it by a lot for the longest time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you tuck all that kind of stuff away?
You do. It's, you know, learning as you go. It's so important and critically important first or second game of a week.
Oh. Clean. Yep.
You just don't know what the ice is doing, and you have to figure it out, and just figure it out quicker than the other guy.
Never off, never off. Hard. Hard to stick it, hard to stick it. Good.
And did well to hold it there, back edge of the 8.
Great, Chelsea.
Because you use it, I suspect. We've heard curlers will say, both men and women, you know, you remember in that situation, and so you never know, they may end up referring back to that. Let's go update New Brunswick against wildcard number 1, Selena Negevin, skipping the team of Tracy Fleury.
We always talk about Andrea Crawford and how usually a couple of games in, she starts to really shine. She faced 4 stones on her first. She made a triple, and then with a bit of a miscue from Selena Negevin, she was able to hit to lie 2. This is now the 4th after facing the potential of giving up 5.
And we'll avoid the jam at the back. Very nice to pick up the single, and of course, Selena Negevin skipping this team out of East St. Paul, just northeast of Winnipeg, because Tracy Fleury did test positive back on, I guess, Monday, and was driving by herself here from Sudbury, so she wasn't in contact with any of the team, so there was no contact tracing needed, and she is isolating at a separate hotel here in Thunder Bay, and the 5-day minimum, and the hope is that she could be back as early, they suggest, tomorrow, but certainly by Sunday.
Tough start, but you know what, it's just the way things are these days, and it's lucky she had it early enough that she can get back out in the ice if she tests negative.
Yeah, and that's also the way we feel about Russ, who tested positive today. And so, Russ, we wish you well. Oh, goodness. As she flashes, overthrowing it. So an early mistake, Chelsea Carey will give up the steal.
Chelsea Carey!
Trying to draw in for a second point. Kendra Lilly is there. It'll grind to a halt for 2. Huge scrum. You got to hold it now. Hold it, run it back. Oh, now where's it going to spill? Oh, it sits in time. Final stone. Peterman, Peters, Chelsea Carey, full 8-foot to be the Canadian champions. Yeah, in some respects, she's the gun for hire. And when you think about the players and the teams that she's been with, she has this reputation of being a winner. And now playing with this team from the Highland Curling Club out of Regina, and Jolene Campbell in their first year, having lost, of course, the Saskatchewan final to Penny Barker. And they're destined for a rematch because they are both in this Pool A. As we welcome you back, opening night of the Scotties from Thunder Bay and the Fort William Arena. The interesting thing about this is that she was saying, Chelsea, that Jolene and her had been talking for a number of years. Would you think about playing together? And she really attributes a lot of the discussion to Ben Hebert. And Ben was the one trying to play matchmaker and brokering the deal. And so it never just fell in. The pieces never quite fell into place. But it did this time, and they made the change after last year, approached her, and they said, now let's do it.
Well, who would not want her at the skip position with the record she has with first-year teams? And, you know, to Chelsea's, you know, credit, she gives the teams that she had in those years a lot of credit, too. She said she had some strong lineups in front of her, and that helped a lot for her winning those first-time Scotties.
And, you know, look at it, it's
16.
I think, Kathy, as she said, it's a compliment to be wanted like that.
Oh, for sure.
So.
She has definitely changed the number of teams, but when people are coming after you all the time, there are people that play their entire life that work so hard, are great players and never win. And then there are players of equal merit but find ways to win. And you want to park your horse with a winner for sure.
Kendra, go.
If you can park a horse.
Well, I don't know.
As I was saying that, I thought, I don't think that's an analogy.
It's really tough on the parallel parking.
You just don't want to back up.
No, don't. When that horse starts going beep, 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 then you know you're about. I'm sorry, miss, you failed because you couldn't park your horse. Get off.
Oh, good. That was good.
Steal of one for Northern Ontario means once again it is Carey with last draw playing the Yellowstones here in 4. Has a couple of guards on that intern side. Get across the nose. No, bangs it right on the beat.
Okay. Good throw. Yeah, I think that my rocks are just a bit straighter. Scissors give you less ice. Yeah, weight was good. I think we talked about those rocks being, we thought we could like grow more. That's why she's giving you a little more. So there, I think.
Teams did practice today, so they were recently on the ice, and they got their time on all the sheets, all the stones, so they should have an idea.
Yeah, you have a sense, but you know, when you go out to practice, the ice is new and it's really tough to match stones. So maybe the second or the third sheet you're on, you got a good sense of the stones, but not all of them.
And one of the advantages, sorry, Cheryl, that we see this year, unlike the bubble, is last year teams weren't allowed to watch. This year, I see Team Zacharias sitting behind sheets. I see the Saskatchewan team here. So they are allowed in the building to watch. I see coaches charting stones, who's throwing what. So you have those opportunities that you did not have last year.
You can't be shot here.
Yeah. Like I could probably tap it, but
Team Canada.
I'm going to roll a bit open.
Carey Anderson.
Yeah, we're just going to
Val
end up doing
Sweeting
that,
on the
though.
right. Reed Carruthers in the black jacket. He is coaching. So
Sorry?
a couple of players from Mike McEwen's team are coaching here. Reed Carruthers
Well, I just don't know
throwing
if
the
we do
third
this
stones.
and then they just go under again.
The Ontario team.
I think you either do this or
Holly Duncan, Zacharias, the Manitoba champions. Boy, they've gotten very good in a hurry.
Okay, Joe, let's make it. Got it, Joe. Same speed as it's been.
Winning the Manitoba championship.
What a great hit and roll by Kendra Lilly.
Should be there. 8.
Whoa, then.
This is a spot a couple ends ago. Jolene was a little in out on her release and it didn't come up. She got caught on a run back she was trying to play.
Well then,
We're still
only if you can, only if you
a
can.
little heavy.
Yeah, don't want to.
Heavy.
So backing off, Stephanie Schmidt and Armstrong. Ooh, now you got to sit down.
Okay.
And a little
Good touch,
heavy it
13-9.
was as it slides to the back 12. Boy, great line.
It really was just the weight.
I like to
do this.
Go here.
Or we do what they tried to do, top 4.
We draw here.
I don't even mind trying to draw right around.
They can sit on us and we shot. You know what I mean? Like we sit here and they sit on us and we're shot. What's that?
We could try for top 4, and then if we're heavy.
Yeah, we just can't give them a double.
Yeah.
So we could go here.
Okay, yeah.
Just can't be here though, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, even if you're back to the yellow, it's not bad, but if you can just get to T line,
Like
tuck slightly around red, you're in a pretty good spot.
Okay.
And to Kendra's point, do not leave it high. Just don't leave a double wherever you are. Top 4 or better.
I added big.
She did big ad.
I'm not. I thought we had to
Yeah,
go.
I would like to go.
We can't leave it.
Real.
Gotta go, I think. Go,
Yeah,
man.
I did,
We gotta
yes.
go. Hard
So go they do.
Top 4.
Sipala
Hard
and Potts.
Finally.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Got to get it back. Want to avoid the double there. That's good. Take it back all the way back now and sink it underneath to sit 2 without last rock.
Sorry, I did keep it slid nice.
Sorry. That's
Yeah.
okay. We had to go for line anyways.
I think knowing it was going to be deep, I would have taken it right back to the yellow because now you've left an opportunity for Chelsea Carey's team to freeze right down on top of this.
Yep. Whoa.
And a shot to Cheryl that Jolene has just thrown with her first.
Exactly.
A bit of room right now.
Okay. Would like to go soon.
Okay, if you need to.
Gotta go. Want to go a little bit.
Gotta be 4 foot for sure. Line's okay, still needs curl, but get it here for weight.
We're there.
15.
We're there.
Yeah, curl.
Late scrub.
Curl. Keep
Schmidt,
it going. Go.
Armstrong, a little more. Oh, and very nice. Great adjustment from her first being a little heavy. Back 12-1 that sits now just in front of the tee line. Shot rock, top 4.
Well, is it ever? You had to take some off. I think the brushers, she was really close on that.
I think I hit you.
Brushers got caught a little bit thinking it was going to slide at the end. Still a pretty good shot.
We're there.
15.
We're there.
See, here they thought it was there, and then it kind of came down hard on them.
Curl. Keep it going. Go. Okay, we hit it.
So tough to brush those two because you don't want to bounce off.
I mean, even if you get the back one, it doesn't matter.
So we're in really straight.
8.5. Okay, looks good.
Skip Stone's here in 4 on this opening night of the Scotties.
Hard Ash. Whoa. Hard Ash.
Just trying to pick it.
Whoa.
Boy, the jam. Oh, she just touches it on the way by, but very nice. Krista McCarville to sit 2 without last rock.
Well done.
That was actually a lot tougher than, because you barely hit that and you still touched it.
You always love it when your third says that after you've made it. You don't want to hear it before. That was a lot tougher.
To it, but a little short of it's okay.
Okay. You got it, Chelsea.
Okay, back 4.
Brushers have the opportunity now. They saw this path with Jolene's. Chelsea knows where to put the broom on it.
Yeah.
Should be really close.
I like to go though.
So throwing her first draw after she gave up that steal of 1 with an overthrow.
5, 6, light. Just to this one.
Okay.
And now that adjustment doesn't work.
Well, it was like may have been okay.
Still is. Northern Ontario McCarville sitting the 2.
That one curled.
Yeah, that one curled quickly. I don't think the weight was actually that bad.
I don't either.
fine.
And it should have been like I liked it out of my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird because your weight was good and it just really
just went.
Okay. Even full 12. I think full 12 is good. Okay. We can't have it too deep or else we could give her a shot at the one.
Yeah. We're thinking this should be right up.
I think so. Yeah.
Buttons.
Oh yeah.
Height top 12. Okay.
Top 12 is good.
Half in the 8 is okay.
Not deep.
Sarah's all day.
Not deep. Full 12.
It's not deep. We gotta go.
Straight
Not
to my
deep.
broom.
Not deep. Whoa. Whoa.
Stay close.
No.
Sarah, it's all there.
No.
Sit. Nice shot.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can hit it on the nose and be shot, can you?
No, you can't. You're going to have to save off that right-hand one somehow.
It's kind of whatever you're feeling.
Like I think we know this, and I think we know the speed.
I think we do.
So yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, like in practice, we were throwing them just as far out. Like we kind of broke this down.
Yeah, we went all the way to
She's got
less than 12. I think
couple
that actually might be too
options
much,
here.
but I
You
think
could
it's like
play
here.
this hit and roll to here and try and then send your shooter into this spot right here. But deciding to play the draw, you know, I don't mind the hit. The only problem is she's only really looked at that hit from the out-turn side, hasn't seen it from the in-turn, and the in-turn would be the natural way to play it.
That was probably top 4. Like I wouldn't want to give
Russ,
you
I'm
less,
sorry. I did try to keep it away from her, but she beat me, threw me to the floor, and grabbed the telestrator. So poor Russ is in his hotel right now thinking, what have you done?
Oh, Vic, I think I like this. I think I like this. This is good.
You may never get your chair back. There you go. We've created a monster. Final stone.
I don't
facing
want to.
3.
Okay,
Chelsea Carey.
Don't want it to die.
Back tee right now. 8.
Never for line, guys.
We're going way outside
We don't
now,
want
and
to
it's
either.
got to curl here. Got to come up. Got to have at least a good part of the 8.
Nope.
And sliding, and it will go that much too far.
Okay.
I think it's 3.
I think you're right. Didn't curl. The weight to me wasn't that far off. It just did not move.
Jolene Campbell having a look.
The only one yeah, this one I think is red,
like it
but
was trying.
I don't think there's.
as well.
Like even if the weight doesn't come off with the curl, if it just got in a little.
Field 2 for sure.
Been fine. Yeah.
And 3 it is. Wow.
Yeah.
McCarville and the team from Thunder Bay and around homes here in Thunder Bay. The applause, we just can't hear them. A big goal in 3 points, 4 overall through the first 4 by Northern Ontario and Krista McCarville.
Ashley's rock.
Yeah.
So Chelsea Carey, wildcard team number 2 out of Regina, has work to do. Down by 5 as we go to the 5th once again. Carey with Last Rock has the hammer, playing the Redstone. And it's a well-played game so far by the team from Northern Ontario. And here's the key shot from that 4th by Krista McCarville.
Well, Krista's talked about how many rocks they've thrown since the trials, and they look so confident, and nothing better than that kind of a shot coming out on the broom, pick this thin across the top, and that set up the opportunity for the steal.
The key shot is brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together. Still surprised she didn't
Good throw.
play the short double and try to wiggle her way in.
I am. You know, she just had to go out in a different path. Now, not to say you have to be able to draw to skip, and she had the confidence to put the broom down, but it's still pretty early. You don't know the ice as well. I think they had a little bit better chance, and they had something to save on. They could have possibly scored that way as well. Although I look at Chelsea's, and it didn't move at all. The weight was really close. It curled another 6 inches, and she's got shot.
bumping.
We're way
Seemed to
out.
puzzle them as well.
We're back. Can we tick that one? Or go around
Yep.
it? I think we'd rather tick it
around.
No, we're not.
Yep, hard.
Line.
Yep, go. Hard. Roll it off. Yep, get it away. Okay.
Sorry.
Those two should go. Just normal.
Sure.
You got it, Steph. Right at it.
It's a funny thing, a shot like that for Chelsea, because as a skip, you want to be able to draw the 4 foot. You want to be able to draw the pin. The only caveat to that is the first game of an event. Do you know the ice well enough? Do you know the speed? Sometimes you just have to kind of weigh the risk reward on shots like that.
They thought they might get 2 to go, but
Yeah, it was a little
only
big.
get 1.
Or I guess you want it firm, or I thought you wanted it.
9.
They're line 1.
9.
Is she? Are we just pick
9? Yeah. Try to get this one. Okay.
Huh?
Yeah, I like this call. Those back stones are not helping Team McCarville. You might as well pick one of them out of there. They're just something for Chelsea Carey's team to freeze down to.
Ashley Sipola.
Whoa. Yep. Yep.
And going to get it on the way by. So sitting 2 again without is Northern Ontario.
Nice shot, Ash.
Well done.
Just a little firm, I thought.
Okay. Just easy on this one. Easy.
You got it, Steph. Let's make it.
Update for you, Kathy. New Brunswick against Team Fleury.
And she has an opportunity for 2. Selena Negevin was trying to play a thin double on her final stone. She removed a New Brunswick stone and rolled over. She is second shot, but really tough to draw. She needs to get right to the nose, and it would be good for 2.
Andrea Crawford out of the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton. And that'll be good enough for the deuce. In a 10th Scotties appearance, her best ever record.
Just like maybe board.
6 and 5, and that happened twice back in 13 and 14. The former Canadian junior champion.
Should curl a little, eh?
Yeah, I'm not going to shoot a bomb.
The other way is really straight, so this should curl a bit.
Okay. The other way is, oh, like that turn there.
And this is the consistency we were talking about. It'll be a week of numbers.
Sarah. Hard, Sarah, hard.
I suspect
Hard,
not
Sarah,
going to be
hard,
97, but you can't have those
Okay, you got
games
it.
where you fall to a 63 like she had in the trial semi.
No, and she'd been so solid all week. As I said, sometimes that's just concentration, focus, a long week.
7-9.
It's me, not a bomb.
But no.
This is at 7, but it's probably close, I think. Yeah. You got it, Joe.
Try and use that corner guard now. You can come around, you'll have a little bit of cover from the corner yellow guard of your own.
We're all there now.
Okay, you don't need to. Line's good. Line's
Weight
great.
should be close.
Weight's close.
Bumping a bit.
Stay on Steph if you can.
8, 9.
Whoa, if you're heavy. Stay with it though. Yep.
Coming down.
Bumping.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. You're good.
Very nice.
Good judge. 14.
Playing it down
Good throw.
is the second shot. Shotstone still belongs to Northern Ontario, just hanging on that back edge of the 8.
Harder. Like that finished pretty hard.
World
Yeah.
Team Wildcard does have one under cover now.
Want to just peel?
They'll fly. Like, do you see them on the TV?
Yeah, I think you go for it, and if you did cut,
We can peel it.
Or yeah, we can just play it tight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I
go
don't
for
even
the rock.
think
I'm feeling the.
But I feel like we got to hit this here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't. I
So-
don't think you want to hit it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, yes.
I mean, I'd like to take that too, right?
Yeah.
But I think you should. Same weight then.
Cipolla trying to hold it up, and they get it by. And the way it goes, and they'll get their own
This hit, right?
as well, and the shooter will go too.
She's just making it look easy.
Over to the wild card, Team Holman against Newfoundland and Labrador.
Well, Emma Miskew guarded on her final stone, the shot stone in the 4-foot, so it is 2 that Sarah faces. Needs to get a piece of the hearts for the single.
You can. Wait only.
Well, if you can. Piece the button.
Not curling yet.
Lots of room
Sarah
right now.
Hill out of the St. John's Curling Club, the Remax Center,
Okay. Yep.
as mentioned in a second Scotties appearance.
It's really got to curl. Really has to curl.
Good, girls.
It's got to move. It's got to move.
Go, go, go. Go, Beth. Go, go, go.
And a big scrub will come up light, and so it will be a steal of 1 for Holman, with Emma Miskew throwing the skip stones. They'll go to the break 5-1, Holman up.
And I'm not sure Chris can see much. Jolene just made a great come around, in-turn come around.
Probably not much. It's so far though. Like it's such a high guard.
Yeah, I think you can get it with hack or bump. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
like
mind
bump.
sure. And play it tight
And yeah.
whatever weight you're
So
seeing.
they should go a bit the way.
Yeah.
You see, you go back now to my mind, you go back to the previous call. And what do you want to play? Well, do you want to rip the guard, or we could play it tight, and it's instead of going in with one decision, let's just rip the guard.
And I think that's the time you look back at the scoreboard and you just rip the guard on the last one. You know, then you're not facing this.
Now, the break in this, Cheryl, may be that we're seeing good movement to the wings.
It's really nice. So make sure you get one or the other.
Solid. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Don't go by everything.
Sarah! Hard, Sarah! Hard, Sarah, hard! Hard! Go, go, go! Hard, 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 hard.
Watching this and also keeping our eye on Nunavut against PEI. And boy, that's a mess.
It certainly is. Suzanne Burke came in on her final,
So back
and
eight
if you
weight.
didn't have a guard
probably
out
gave you
front
about
and you
half.
could throw a blast on the center line, you could make
So
those
this
two
will
go
look
away
less.
and maybe get shot. But there is a guard on the center line, and so she's got to get right to that line, but she has to push them both back, and I honestly don't know if there's a shot for one.
As mentioned, this team from McCallowit is being skipped by Bridget
Line's
McPhail
good. Line's good.
out of Halifax.
Kate. Kate, line's good.
Sadie Pinkson, the third, is at Dalhousie, and Caitlin McDonald, the second,
You guys, make it good.
she is at the UPEI. And so that's how they've come together, and it will be 1 steal of 2, it looks like, for PEI.
Yeah.
Stays really close.
Better than 4.
So Bert and the team from Montague and Cornwall go to the break up 6-0.
No, we're all there though.
To it.
Me.
To it.
Chance to tuck another one around here, buried on top.
Sit. Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice weight, Chelsea.
Hers glided really well there.
You definitely have to shoot less weight.
But like, do we go for the back one?
Yeah, that's just so tough, but.
You almost have to go for the back one.
But if
Yeah,
we ever
that's-
just hair the top,
Well, I
like
know.
tick
I'm just
hair,
saying though.
I gotta shoot.
Boy, you know,
You've got that same
curious how
back one, but
ends will
Yeah.
look good.
Yeah.
just come back. It was so innocent, really innocent. Get rid of that corner.
How buried
And
is
now
this
look
one?
at they're in danger of giving up 3.
Like
Well,
overburied?
and you're right, Vic, and then I think
perfectly
too
buried.
on Krista's hit something. That's what you had to do, one or the other.
Like, do we try to hack and try to go?
Yeah.
And even on
here?
Kendra's, taking the guard would have been just fine, but you're at risk of giving up a 3 here.
Want to call it
And if I
time?
ever run, like roll it off and I don't get them out.
Yeah.
Right? She just drew there.
Do we call a time?
Yeah, we can call timeout. Sure, let's call timeout. Timeout.
Okay.
So time being called by Northern Ontario.
I think we.
Each team given 2
Timeout.
90-second timeouts.
I don't think you can hit either of those. So probably I think you're getting forced into playing the freeze tap.
Feeling draw weight? Feeling draw weight?
Yeah.
It's normal, eh?
Tap.
I wouldn't draw tap, straight
Yeah.
draw.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like you can't, they're so buried that the tap.
Yeah.
Just the problem is that you play it tight and you take
I
the top
know.
one and you get nothing out
Yeah.
of it either. And the draw kills them both.
Yeah.
We've seen them draw down there 4
Yeah.
times
They
already,
were
right?
center line, so similar. Yeah. Speed looks
She had a
nice.
little less than that, but she took almost all of that ice, eh? Just inside the center line.
Just
Where you putting the
inside?
broom? Where you putting it?
I was gonna go center line.
Yeah. I think that's good for you.
Yeah. I like this.
It curls in here so nice. We've
Pretty
seen
nice, eh? Like
Team
this-
Carey come in there a couple times.
Eyes be
I love Rick's
Oh, yeah, I think
attitude.
so.
He's just like, we've seen the draw. Let's play down here.
Yeah, I think
Doesn't make
same
it a big
speed you
deal.
shot last end. No way.
New Brunswick leads the Team Fleury 3-1, and final stone to be played by the wild card and Selena Negevin.
Well, she's forcing her to that really wide in-turn out in the wings after she made a very soft weight shot on her final. And so for Selena, can probably see 7/8 of the stone, but she can't risk flirting with the guard to get to the nose, so has opted the draw, needs full 8.
McCarville now and her last facing 2. And big drag, and that's enough to pick up a single. Going to the break, Crawford leads at 3-2. Great draw here, though. A little bit more, a little bit more. Are you feeling draw weight? Boy, you sure are.
Brilliant.
Very good. Very close now to see who shot. But that, Kathy, is how you park a horse.
We're at least like second.
Great judge by these two on this. She didn't want to bounce off.
And just maybe couldn't hold it enough to be shot stone. It's close.
Yeah. We just draw and then figure the rest out after.
I don't know.
Okay, so same weight here.
It's close, Vic.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I think it's yellow for shot at the moment. That's just that's my thought.
You got it right at it.
So Carey's approach here is we'll just draw here and we'll figure out the rest.
Yeah, and then measure. Hope you've got your 2.
Not a great first half, obviously.
Yeah.
For Chelsea Carey.
How are you, line? It's running a bit.
Are we good?
6.
Okay.
I'd have a little there.
6. Yeah, we're there.
Not curling, guys.
T-line.
Okay, you're over curling.
Okay. Little big, little hot. She's close.
It's a 14.
Good.
That's for 1. Now is it 2? I think it is, but we'll.
I think we'll measure these.
Want to measure? All right. So on this opening night, we'll get our first measure of the Scotties. Carey looks for 2. Down 5-0 as we play here in the 5th. Changing your mind? Well, you never did give us opinion, did you?
I always thought it was red.
It's 5th then, though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's close.
Is that a bigger kick?
No, I had the exact same kick.
Yeah,
A
that's
little better.
surprised me.
I know, me too. That's why as soon as you let it go, so I put it back.
Yeah, and I didn't. I thought it was going to go because I.
Okay.
The umpiring staff is headed up by Brett Waldroff here in Thunder Bay.
It's different.
And we do appreciate all the umpires and
Just pass 2.
clearing. And
Yeah.
there it is.
Yes.
Wrong.
And who was right?
Vic.
Thank you.
A horse.
Yeah. Perfect record so far on this opening day of the Scotties in Thunder Bay.
The Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you in part by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. By Home Hardware, here's how. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
We've had some chilly days here in Thunder Bay, the first couple, but going to get a little milder. And snow is in the forecast for tomorrow. Let's take a look at the report after 5, and what do you see in the numbers?
Well, what you really want to see is the efficiencies by the team, and you look at the team percentage, 80% for Northern Ontario versus Saskatchewan at 70. But then you look at force efficiency. You've got Team Saskatchewan was able to force Northern Ontario on one end, but it's the steals. One of the things you want to be able to do is to limit steals, and they've given up 2 stolen ends for a total of 4 points.
Rick Lang meets with his team, the hometown team from the Fort William Curling Club here in Thunder Bay. They'll have the last rock. They'll have that hammer when we come back. Yeah, the center of curling, and some say the center of the country, the Bridge City, bridging east and west, the Fort William Gardens. Now, I tell you, I've seen some very good spreads. But this, look at this. This is an antipasto platter.
This may be the best
This
I've
might
ever
be the
seen.
best ever.
Wow.
And that is Chelsea Carey and the team from the Highland. I want to play with them just for the food. My gosh. Now, there's a special weekend, and we hope that you will visit your Tim Hortons across the country and buy the special Tim Hortons donut in support of Special Olympics Canada. All the proceeds of the donuts today through Sunday. The special Tim Hortons donut in support of Special Olympics. As we welcome you back on this opening night, all the games feature teams from the Pool A, 18 teams, of course. In this second year of the pandemic, Scotties, last year in Calgary, and now this year here in Thunder Bay. And the hope is that with restrictions easing as of the 31st, that they may allow upwards of 500 a draw by next Friday and the playoffs. Chris McCarville and the team from the Fort William to have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Red Stones.
Yeah, just a 3. I could probably same.
Yeah, like a couple feet. Yeah, that's going to be close.
Maybe, yeah. I don't think you can hurt that, Joe, but line's good. Room.
Got room right now.
Lots of line right now. Yep. Make sure it's 3.
I think that last end just gives Team Carey just a little bit more renewed purpose. They had a chance almost. Probably should have gotten a 3, but Krista made that great freeze come around on the in-turn. So you know you'll get your chances.
Yeah.
Wasn't 2 feet more.
But again, could have been avoided. Just rip it.
Agreed.
Right? They just, you force your skip to a wonderful draw to cut them down.
9.5.
But I mean, if they don't brush that properly, she's giving up 3 all day.
Oh, yeah. It was in danger of. Seen a couple take off in that spot, Vic.
Let's make a good one.
Update for you, and it's Team Holman, of course. Emma Miskew skipping and throwing the 4th stone as they play Newfoundland and Labrador and Sarah Hill.
Well, Emma faced 2 on her final stone, tried the double, caught it a little bit too thick, got 1 and just moved the other one over, but that means that it's an open hit for 2 for Sarah Hill.
Whoa, just clean, 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 clean.
One of the nominated teams by
2, yeah.
Curling Newfoundland and Labrador
2.
as they try to win their first ever Canadian Women's Curling
Sorry, I felt like I
Championship.
overthrew that one a little bit. Yeah, I was just...
Very nice. Ignoring that stone in the 12-foot and going behind to put the pressure on Northern Ontario.
Yeah. Yeah. Good spot.
this is the 41st Scotties,
Great sweep.
sponsored by Kruger Products. The 62nd Canadian Women's Curling Championship. The very first, back in 1961, was won by Joyce McKee. And then she won a Canadian Women's Curling Championship, did Joyce McKee, here in Thunder Bay in 1969.
Oh, I didn't know that was here. Wanted to get both of those, got the one.
In the middle.
I know.
What?
Guard's kind of in the middle.
Yeah. You go right to this? Or around it this way?
I don't mind that, Chelsea.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind that.
Even back button is fine.
I like that.
Just bury it here.
What Chelsea's talking about is the guard being in the middle. You'd like to throw another guard, but the problem is they're going to be close together no matter how you do it, and probably a double peel comes up. So I really like this call. You'll have a bunch of separation and three in a line.
Even if it's back of the tee line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As you know, Krista's not freezing on anything right now. She'll be ripping the front one, and then you can keep throwing up that center guard.
Gotta go. Yeah,
Stephanie Schmidt.
Hard.
Like a 3.
Hard, keep going. Hard, keep going. Every inch, every inch, every inch, every inch.
Well, it's saying 3, so that would be tight to the rings. It's probably maybe a 2.5.
Yeah, got caught in the middle and now leaves a double peel as well.
That's why it would have been okay.
Yeah. Okay, same spot as the last one. Close. Yeah, pretty much. You got it, Ash.
Been a struggle for Stephanie Schmidt tonight and in this game. 57% prior to throwing that one.
Hard. Really hard.
Ashley Sipola. Get one. Oh, and then she'll just move that stone over now. So it covers the edge of the 4, exposes and opens up shot rock, center line, top 8.
Well, and I think that's the key. It's pretty good. Ticks it over enough. You can see the 4-foot.
Three?
Yeah, tighter than the other one, Dave.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
The only risk with that is it takes away one of your draw pass if you're Krista. So the out turn drop to the 4-foot is gone.
One is close. No, it's not a 1.
For sure. Yeah.
Stay down if you can.
Yeah,
Stay down.
We gotta go a little bit.
Curling
2,
like
maybe.
Halfway.
Gotta go.
All right, get it over.
2.
Over and off, over and off, over and off. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you sense a change in momentum, don't you?
Yeah, you can.
It's out there.
You know, it's been really for Team Carey has been a little bit of where they're putting the broom down.
Isn't bad.
They've got caught a couple times. They've not been far off in weight. Just seem to be not quite catching on to where they need to put the broom for the right ice.
Just like
That's what, and that's Carey's strength. We talked about it earlier. I mean, Russ, if he was here, he would say that she is, in his estimation, one of the best ice readers in the women's game.
Oh, there's no doubt. First game is always a little bit of a guess, and it's a little tricky. And are the players in front of you throwing clean? Are you getting the right read off them? I think the one that did puzzle Chelsea was her out turn draw against 3. She threw it well and threw the right weight. It just did not curl.
Keep going. Keep going.
Sarah Potts all the way down.
Go. Okay, it works.
And we'll get the shot stone. Rolls the shooter over. Sitting 2.
They can sink under the other one, though, is the problem.
Northern Ontario.
Okay. It's a bad throw.
But there are the stones in front. There they are. So something that Carey can get in behind. And they're her color.
Line's close.
7, 8. Wait's close.
Line's good. All
Wait's
you.
good.
Top 4.
7.
Line's good. Still has to curl. Still needs to curl.
I think it's me. If we go.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Jen, if you can.
Oh, I can't.
Okay. Okay.
Try and Charles. Yep.
Whoa.
7.
Whoa. It's too big.
Okay.
Good judge. 4-4.
Really?
And finally does get itself around, sitting the shot stone just in front of the tee line. Edge of the 4.
Good.
Really well done. It took its time to curl.
Okay, that's like our conversation.
You what?
As soon as she like always said 7-8, and then my head was like, that's not
I know, but
you would be able to get
I don't really
Yeah.
like just single peel though.
And you'd be able to get okay.
Do you like single peel?
Oh, no, I liked the double peel, but yeah, it's like wide open. But
yeah, but then if she sucks one around the other way, you're not.
Yeah, no, I like the double peel.
Another update. Kathy, let's drop in on the game between New Brunswick and wild card team number 1, Fleury.
Well, it's forcing Andrea to draw to the 4-foot. That long guard thrown by Selena Negevin to guard one of her own on her first. But because it was so long, Andrea Crawford was able to remove it, but then so too did Selena. And that is why she lies the 3.
63% on her draw so far, Andrea Crawford. Got 1, got 2, and will drive it through. Still leaves the stone, maybe quarter covered. Crawford and the team from the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton.
Andrea's errors on draws tonight have been short.
Boy, this is going to need a big scrub, maybe a little rub and roll off it. And she's going to come up short indeed. And it's a steal of 1.
1 yellow.
Sorry. What's a 15?
Right, as long as I said 2.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
100%. So that curled quite a bit.
Yeah, I think that's that 7, but.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Is that?
What is that? What I had?
Yeah. I think that's close.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I wouldn't take any less than I had.
No.
I think what I had is really good. Speed was still nice.
Yeah.
I really liked that Krista played the double peel. They didn't make it, but the dangerous rock was a centerline one. So as long as you get rid of that, you still have an opportunity if you get forced into it to see part of the 4-foot and draw.
Over to that edge of 4, but.
So where do you like
sweep for 3 early.
Okay, perfect.
So then I could see with like a bumper or a hat.
Yeah.
Okay. You know?
Yeah.
Weight's close. Weight's close. 2.5, 3.
Line's close.
2.5, 3.
Easy step, easy.
Easy.
Needs to curl a little.
3.
Yeah, 3.
Mine's good. Just leave it to my broom.
We're there.
Needs to curl, guys.
Always has to
Curl.
Has to get to my broom.
Curl.
Has to get here.
Curl, 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 curl.
Good.
They close it off enough?
They did. There's no hole, but just.
Good shot. I think it's okay.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Just enough.
Just do we ever like? Yeah. What? No. I was just gonna say.
Nunavut has picked up a couple. Their first points, so they're down 6-2 to PEI.
Yeah.
It's interesting that McPhail, Bridget McPhail out of Halifax, curling 80%. The rest of her team a 49% combined. So
let's go. Same
she's
turn as
been keeping them in it. And picks up 2 there.
This way.
Like
What do you think there? Edge?
I like that.
Okay.
Am I okay back here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the other way might jam, Sarah.
Well, that's why I kind of like.
So I think that's why they're playing the
I
nose.
like the other run.
I like this. Say nose. Okay.
I think they're trying to play that run back, get rid of the shot stone yellow. You could just straight peel too, because then Chelsea would have to leave you a piece of the 4-foot to draw to.
Trying to run it back. Krista McCarville, and she'll drive it right by. No. She leaves the shooter right there, so it's even more closed.
That was the risk, Vic. If you just played a straight double peel, then Chelsea would have to guard shot stone and you have the 4-foot to draw to. Now you've left a center guard up there, missed shot stone, and they're looping around it again.
Okay, right around, top 4. Yeah. Doesn't have to be right to it, like as long as it's.
What leads?
Yeah, after it hit.
I mean, right now she's probably saying exactly what you have. Just peel it, and I'll probably get a draw. So what leads that skip in that moment to want to play that shot as she just did?
I think you get caught like you're in a tight game mentality, and you're not. If you got to keep looking back at the scoreboard and go, honestly, all I've got to do, and just think it through. You peel that center guard, you know, in order for her to guard it, you've got to draw to the forefoot. I feel like it's a bit of not looking up and realizing what the score is.
And around they go to not quite get there for second, but they are the shot stone, so that draw is there, but she'll need a full forefoot with her last, Krista McCarville.
Well, it's a little bit of a relief for Krista because she's not drawing against two.
That's the draw weights let her down so far in this one, Chelsea Carey.
All right, full four.
Full four? Okay.
Yeah.
We're out farther than she was, right? Because it
Yeah,
seems
oh, yeah.
a bit crossing, seems a bit.
This is
coming down.
It's the same thing. We just, my room was.
It seems too easy to say that,
right?
though.
And we just.
That you just should look at the scoreboard, and that would affect and influence your decision.
Oh, and you know what? It's so easy sitting up here because you look at the scoreboard for both sides. But I've been out there in the ice many times where the end's over, and you're like, really, we should have just peeled, or we should have just. And you learn over time. And sometimes I think there's a person on the team that is that.
Full four.
That spotter that is supposed to look.
Looks a little light now. Lily heads back.
Line's great.
Needs four.
Whoa, easy.
Just clean it. It's good. Clean. Really nice.
Very nice. Looked like a little bit of a fire drill there as Lily ran out. Perfect draw for the single. 6-2 McCarville. Friday night in Thunder Bay, the opening Friday night of this year's Scotties Tournament of Hearts. In the bubble. No fans on hand. Just some of the other teams are here and watching. It's a repeat of last year, of course, in Calgary. And no Russ right now. Russ Howard back in our hotel, in quarantine now for 5 days after he tested positive today. So we wish him a quick and speedy recovery, but it will be 5 days.
I gave that
So
a
Cheryl,
then off of it. Just
it's
let
you
it
and
dry.
me.
Yeah, and Kathy, of course,
To it, Charlie. To it.
Yeah.
will try to get through. 6-2.
Whoa! Just
Northern
let it
Ontario
stop.
leads, and it is Team Chelsea Carey. Wild card team number 2 out of the Highland Curling Club in Regina that do have the last rock. They have the hammer, playing the Redstones.
I'm sure Russ is so happy that he flew all the way here to sit in a hotel room.
Tight's not the end of the world.
No, I think tight top.
Just a great draw last end by Krista, and for Chelsea there wasn't much else. She forced Krista into a tough one, and now you've got the hammer back without a lot of damage on the other side, and see if you can do something. You need to get a couple or
Might over curl here.
even a 3.
Got to be in. Over curling. Got to be in. Top 12. Okay, whoa. We're dragging it too far. Okay.
Tap
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe a foot.
Back 8, back 12.
Okay.
So same you've been doing here.
Okay.
You got it, Steph.
This is when, if your team Carey, you just want to move rocks around. You don't need to eliminate anything.
You know, Russ may be here, not be here, but some things do not change. You have to be quiet
When Kathy
talks. Here we go. Update. Emma Miskew throwing skip stones for Holman against Newfoundland and Labrador.
Well, you could feel a little bit of momentum for Sarah Gill and her team, making a lot of shots and putting some points on the board last end, but this is an opportunity for Emma to take those stones back. Already lying 2, looking for 3, needs to get to the full 4.
93% she is on her draws
Great sweep.
and makes another brilliant one here. Wow.
I do think this game is going to give her a lot of confidence.
So picks up her second 3 of the game. Put a tray on the board in the second. And I think that's a...
Yep, hard!
I think you alluded to it earlier as we watch Ashley Sipola
Hard.
and will stuff it and actually squeeze it towards center line as a wild card sits the 1. But with regards to that Homan team, you were saying earlier, Kathy, so Miscue moves up. They bring in Flaxey, Allison Flaxey, to play second. But when it comes down to those final stones, they don't fool with that brushing tandem of Wilkes and Courtney.
Well, and you also have Ellie Flaxey in the house, and she's skipped before. She's very comfortable with calling line, and so it doesn't take her out of a rhythm that much, and it doesn't disrupt a front end that's used to playing together.
And Flaxey, you're right, did skip at 1 Scotties. That was in 14 in Montreal when she skipped Ontario.
Well, it's almost the honeymoon phase for a team. You know Emma's going to be excited about the new position. They've got a new player that they've brought on, and everything has to be amped up a bit. You got to communicate a little better. It's not the team you play with normally, and that sometimes can really bode well for a team.
You know, you bring up an interesting point. But I think you're right, in as much as sometimes you take things for granted and you just make assumptions. Oh no, there's a new person here. We better communicate better. We have to do the things that we have just always done. And now you have to put more focus on it.
Exactly. A lot of things go unsaid on a team. And you look at Emma and Rachel, they've been together 20 plus years. So a lot of things I'm sure go unsaid, but you'd have to communicate with the new player. And I think Emma's pretty excited out there. And Anna smart. She knows strategy just as well as Rachel does.
Kendra Lilly. Got it? Sure does. And squeezes it through, avoiding a jam. And look at that. So it's Northern Ontario sitting the 1-2 now. They are both in the open. Maybe a chance. Can you maybe get a hit and roll and get underneath again?
Might have to try. Kendra's just not giving them any opportunities. You're hoping you get a couple here if you're Chelsea Carey, but that takes the other team cooperating.
She and her lead, Sarah Potts, are the high players on the ice, both at 88%. Jolene Campbell.
Yep. Whoa, close. Yep. Hard. Yep. All right, Jen. Quick. Whoa.
Okay, that's good.
Didn't get the roll. Sits though, shot stone. Just top edge of the 4.
Yeah, you miss it. Or if you lose the back.
Remains 3-3. New Brunswick and wild card number 1, Fleury, after the blank in 7.
Sure. I mean, we got to get here. Yep. To not jam.
Almost
so
like bigger weight, so we. What? Almost like bigger weight in case backward. What did she call it? 10.
Just 10.
No.
Ash. Hard, Ash. Hard. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
Yes,
Yep.
keep going.
Go. Yep.
Oh, look at that. Rolls it underneath. Buries maybe quarter stone and gets the junk on the way by.
Just impressive weight.
All right, Burt against McPhail, and final stone belongs to PEI and Suzanne Burt.
And an opportunity for 3. That red stone that you see in the house was Bridget McPhail's final stone, trying to freeze the shot stone, but coming up just a little light. Outcounts the back one, but it is 2 currently for PEI. Needs full 8, maybe even a bite of the 4.
Would it be greedy to try and hit for 4?
Yes.
Okay.
But you could.
All right. She's 100% on her draws, Suzanne Burt.
Wait for T-line. Line's really good. 14-5.
Very good. Nice shot. 3.
And there's your 3.
Yep. 3 yellow. Well, we tried. 3. Tried to build an end a little bit. Judging. Sure. Yeah.
Maybe there.
I feel like rolling out.
Jolene not getting quite the finish that Kendra did on that. So just rolled. I think you can see almost half of it, if not more.
If she sits there.
Yeah.
I almost like.
No, definitely not. Let's not go around the admissible double run there. she's probably going around. That is the only problem. But I don't think we have a choice but to go around our corner and hope that I can chase it.
Right? Yeah. And you probably, like, I mean, unless she's dead buried top 8, I think.
Well, if she's only top 4, I don't think I can.
You might.
What are they referring to here?
Well, by playing around that center, there's a pretty straightforward yellow-red run back for Krista. So not a lot of good spots for them to go to.
Go, 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 go. Roll it out. Roll it out. Keep going, keep going.
And they will roll it out.
Just roll it out. They're going to do that anyways.
Oh.
That just rolled out because they're going to, then it's going to be harder to get this one out anyways.
Yeah. So not even going to bother going around the center because you can see that yellow-red combo is pretty straightforward. So go around the corner.
Okay, sink it in
Try and
there.
set up a deuce that way.
Ideally, like full 8, but buried is more important than depth.
Okay.
This will be the same speed I've been throwing in, hey? Same thing I threw in here a couple ends ago?
Yes.
That's what we were thinking.
Yeah.
I can probably give you similar to that draw last end, hey?
You can. Yep, exactly. You got it.
You got it, Chelsea.
This is the end that Chelsea, they got the 2, almost got a 3 that end. They played a couple, 3 shots around this corner, so they know the ice and the speed.
6. Weight's close. We're a little, weight's close, a little heavy. Oh, off it, Lefty. 8. We gotta let it dig a bit. No, we don't want to. No.
Yep. Yes.
Oh, gosh. Oh. Little rub. Is there any finish left in that stone? And it'll straighten it right out.
Shoot.
Got a little mesmerized. They knew it was a little hot.
Wait.
They didn't want to brush it, but the line came into play.
Good throw.
Are you going to get the rock? I don't like to do that. I've noticed.
Okay, try for the roll. Okay, 10.
Behind the center?
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
Let's make it.
Krista McCarville, her last.
You're solid. Yep.
Picked up right away.
Really hard.
Both
Hard.
Potts, Sipala.
Hard. We can't take this. Whoa.
And they'll bang it right there. So
I was worried if it's
Yeah. Oh, no, not good.
leave
It was just a little soft.
It's okay. Good weight.
wild card a chance for the blank.
Krista's got such a solid delivery, and you're never going to get a lot of mistakes with her with release. The only thing you'll ever get is maybe an underthrow or an overthrow on weight. But you can tell it's a team that throws a lot of stones. Technically, they're so
softer,
sound.
eh?
Yeah, just not quite. Yeah.
A lot, so
No, I like this with.
yeah, easier peel.
Yeah.
You got it, Chelsea.
Right at it. You got it.
Yep.
Hard.
Calling for it out of her hand.
Do it. Really gotta
Fingers
go.
barely
Push
off
it.
the handle.
Push it.
And well played. To pick up the blank here in 7. Chelsea Carey will have the last rock, trailing by 4 when we come back. (1951) Fort Williams Gardens. It seats 3,300, but not this week. Maybe by the end, by the playoffs on Friday, they may allow 500 or so in. That's the talk anyway. And it's the home of the Lakehead University Thunderwolves and the Thunder Bay North Stars, and they play in the Superior International Junior League. But this week it's home to the Scotties, the Canadian Women's Championship, Curling Championship. Second time for the Scotties, third time overall.
Go. Yep, go. Yep. Nice, Sarah.
Nice.
So we were mentioning about Marilyn Voto winning
Got
here
one.
in '96. As you take a look at some of the player numbers, very even between Sarah Potts and Jennifer Armstrong. I mentioned McKee, Ernie Richardson winning the Brier in '60. Jeff Stoughton won a Canadian mixed here in 1991.
Line's good.
And we also did a Continental Cup
Overbending, let it stop.
here, 2003. The Continental Cup was played here.
That was my first event with you guys. It's my debut, and they said if we don't like you, we'll send you home after the first show.
Wow.
A little intimidating as you go on the air.
The 2003 Continental Cup?
You bet.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't I remember that?
I was on the plane with Moosey, and he just kept saying, well, I hope you're good. I hope you're good.
Sounds like Ray.
Ray Turnbull, my
God
God.
bless him.
Really tight. Don't need to.
Okay, line's good.
You remember some of the teams that were in that Continental Cup?
No, I was a complete nervous wreck the entire time.
Well, this is getting into the Wayback Machine. The European team was made up of Paya Lindholm. These are the skips. Paya Lindholm, Hammy McMillan, and Paul Trulson.
Wow.
And on the women's side for Europe was Jackie Lockhart out of Scotland, Hammy, Annette Norberg.
Wow.
And Doherty Nordby.
Try this.
Yeah. Doherty Nordby. Yeah.
Kathy, you know Doherty well.
Sure do.
Yeah.
And North America was Mark Dacey, David Nedowin, with Randy Furby, of course, and Pete Fenson. And the women's side was Colleen Jones, Sherry Madaw, and Debbie McCormick. The 2003 Continental Cup. Update for you. Holman against Hill.
Well, another chance for two for Sarah. That yellow stone that you see, that his second shot was her first. She came around that guard and welded it. No opportunity for Emma to get rid of it, so she hit the open stone, hoping to roll towards that area and maybe take away the chance for two, but stuck it on the nose. And so an opportunity here with the nose hit for two.
Wow.
Yep, clean on it.
Newfoundland and Labrador. It's Sarah Hill, bang, right there, and there's your deuce.
Yeah. Nice, and make sure we get one. Nice throw.
Mentioned earlier that she was nominated by Curling Newfoundland and Labrador, and it's because of the fact that there were so many nominated teams that, again, Curling Canada electing to go with the additional teams, the wild card teams. So 18 and two pools of 9, leading to a top 3 that will make it to the playoffs.
Hard line. Hard line. It's time. Hard. You gotta go. Hard. Okay, whoa. Yep. Whoa. Little tick off this one. Whoa. Good. Nice shot. Okay.
Closing it
I
off.
really started dying. Yeah. When you guys said yes line. I was like, oh,
Really good position because it kind of takes away any opportunity for wild card to play a freeze down there. It's the interesting part of the 5 rock rule is even when you're up in the game, you still have to play the game.
Whatever you like, so.
Or it just opens it up for Chelsea Carey's team to use the corners.
Like just. Bumper. Okay.
She's going to try and do a little bit of both. You can open up that middle and keep your shooter around roll behind the corner.
Needs a shot here from Stephanie Schmidt. You saw her struggling just a little bit. Both seconds off their games.
Hard, Joe. Push it, Joe. Push it, Joe.
Whoa. Okay, you're on it. You're on it.
And all over the top guard.
Good sweep.
We're back with you tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be teams from Pool B, and our feature will be Holly Duncan out of Ontario. And she was named by Curl Ontario against the 2-time defending champion Carey Anderson. 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Ontario against Team Canada.
It's still really nice. Okay.
I talked to a few teams about this new playoff format because it used to be that the 2 pools and then you go into the championship pool and you carry your record forward with you. But I think what teams are really struggling with this format is that you really want to get first in your pool. because you get a couple chances then. Second and third in the pool is a sudden death game when you get into playoffs. So every game, again, very important.
And also the last rock draws, the distance will be measured, of course, and that could be determine teams moving on or going home. So.
Were you a little tight? Because I'm surprised that went so hard.
I know, I must have been.
Or I think maybe the less weight?
The less weight, and we weren't on it, you know? Like,
yeah, well, and I just...
all of mine that way have just really, like, gone.
I may have been soft because I feel like I got to the hog line really quick.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Joe. Let's make it.
I think it should be dead straight here.
I think so.
You just have to make some rocks go away here.
You do. I mean, you've just got no opportunity at this point to even score.
Oh, no.
It's just, this is what you hate to be doing when you're trying to score, is throwing peel weight.
Okay.
And just gets rid of one.
Well, and no opportunity to keep your shooter around either.
And now there's a slight stagger if you can. They'll just protect. They're sitting to 3 is Northern Ontario.
Might be the intern, yeah. That's what I would take away from them, is this
I just
intern
worry
draw.
we do that. They're doing this.
Yeah.
I know, and then we guard our run.
Yeah, we're guarding our run.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Okay.
No, the stagger's there if you can use it too. Huh?
Yeah, I really like this call.
Okay. Like this?
Because this is really Chelsea's out, as this intern come around.
Line only.
Your line's good.
Weight's good.
Line's really nice.
Line's good, yep.
Line's really good. Line's perfect.
Gotta
Top
go.
4. Line's good still.
No, weight's good.
Line's perfect.
Walk it
Top
on.
4. Line's perfect. Top 4, full 4.
Hard.
Hard. It's curling.
Hard.
Go.
Go.
Really gotta go.
Harder.
Great
Go, go,
brush
go.
if they can drag this down. Wonderful stone.
Really good, though. I thought it was further.
Really nice, Kendra Lilly.
Died again or something.
It's really good. She seems a bit disappointed,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't want it much deeper.
Look at that.
Yeah, just having a great game.
By not
Foot.
much.
Foot.
Ew, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what else.
I don't really know what it accomplishes, but like other than killing two, they're still going to be sitting two, but I don't know what else there is.
Yeah.
Like
maybe, hopefully I can stay.
we have to stick, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much it helps, but
9-2 PEI leading Nunavut. Final stone coming up for the team from Iqaluit, and Bridget McPhail in trouble.
Well, she has been in trouble all game, and I do think that that's the best definition of why Suzanne Burt did not hit for 4 in the last stand. Her team has really outmuscled at every position. This Nunavut team already lying 3. She guarded on her final, trying to find her way to the hearts against 3.
Okay.
And will not. So that is a steal of 3 more for Prince Edward Island.
Okay. Last game then.
At last game.
Oh, firm.
No! No!
Good.
Oh, yellow.
You're good.
Okay, great one, Joe.
Good, Joe.
Okay. Not bad.
No, I don't think there's
not
much
good.
else. Well, yeah, but there was nothing better you could have done.
Yeah, 'cause I think
It's true.
And we do have our first final, as Prince Edward Island will pick up the win 12-2 over Nunavut. So a nice start for Prince Edward Island
It happens to
and
everyone.
Suzanne Burt.
they played so well.
Yeah, I've never.
Next up for Burt will be tomorrow night,
Minute. Yeah, I think I just need to like.
and it'll be against Krista McCarville.
Yeah, just the back.
Almost wants to put it back in the same spot that Kendra did. It takes away any chance for
Top 8. Line's
Chelsea
good.
to play the come around
Got lots of room
and
for you.
Gotta
freeze.
be top 8. Gotta go. Line will be
Okay,
good.
go. Hard.
Here I go.
Hard.
In a 3-3 tie, Crawford against Team Fleury, and Andrea Crawford last coming up
Well, a chance for two. New Brunswick's second, Jill Babin, made a really great kick and roll on hers. And ever since that, it was the Fleury team chasing and chasing, trying to open it up and access the stone. Selena tried a double run, managed to only pick out one on her first. And so conceding the two here is actually a win.
Good.
And two it'll be. So Andrea Crawford playing well enough, or is it a case of taking advantage as well of a team missing their skip?
It's both. Andrea herself is playing really, really well. I think that the Fleury team with Robin Negavan coming in at third is struggling a little bit to find some cohesiveness, and Robin struggling a little bit with her hits tonight, missing about 3 I think I've seen so far, and so that just unsettles the team even more.
Just got to make this double.
Yeah.
Just like good normal.
Okay. Yeah, you've seen this. Yeah, Chelsea got it.
It's a run back double.
Yeah, they're playing that. The other option they had was maybe play the in-turn tap and try and split shot stone kind of off the button and leave a little bit of a wall. She's in tough either way. This rock positioning by McCarville's team has been very, very good.
Yep.
Sneak it by that guard. They do that. Run it back and drive it by.
Just missed that back one.
Shoot. So close. I like that throw. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think I thought it was probably like a minimal kind of set, but
yeah, but that's how you threw. That's how you threw yours. So I thought that's what I wanted. Yeah, no, I know, but I
think that's all. I think that's all the difference was. If you just nose it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Nose or a hair roll here.
Yeah. The only other thing I thought about was we could do this too.
Yeah.
But then she would have this.
She has
for
this
free.
for so.
I think that's the call.
Yeah.
But I don't even know that we have to roll.
No, but yeah. I think we have to come this way.
Yeah, I agree. I like that.
This is going to go a bit. Like 9.5?
Sure. Yeah.
9.5?
Yeah.
Stay there?
Yeah. I don't think the
Yeah.
roll. Nose or a hair of a roll?
Yeah. Just don't want to.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9.5.
Okay. Yeah.
So Chelsea Carey has certainly brought her her numbers up. She struggled very badly early with her draws, but it's slight edge, McCarville, and big edge on the scoreboard. Player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Solid.
Well, I wouldn't talk too much about releases with Chelsea and Jolene, because I think it's just been more putting the broom down in the right spot, and that can be a struggle first game.
Whoa.
That's good. Nice shot.
That might even have the run. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Now how do you get in?
I was scared that it was going to go.
Nice shot.
Good job. Good call.
Is there a double there and hold the shooter, or how tough is that? Or just a cold draw?
That's really tough.
so
The
either.
double and hold the shooter.
Okay.
Because you've got to get it across the back one.
Probably got to throw firm at least, eh?
Right.
But you're playing.
Like a third.
You're playing in the 8th now, and you're down by
most of what
4.
I could see.
I think
You draw for a single here. Now you're down by 3, and you've given up last rock. Or do you really go for it here? And
I think you have to try.
I mean, you can have a look if you think, like.
Sorry?
I don't know. We have to be 8 foot. I don't think we can ever stick it.
I don't think I have anything for 2.
Okay, yeah. Firm.
Like I barely have a third of it.
She's playing a double for 1. She just doesn't have enough.
Okay. Pretty much hit everything we can see.
Yeah.
I hope we catch that back one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Firm.
Let's make it, Chelsea.
You got it, Chelsea.
final stone and facing a couple.
No.
Chelsea Carey
No.
staying right away. Catch something on the way by. And
Go,
we'll move it far enough. And
Good try.
not quite. It'll be a steal of one.
What a good try, though.
I got it. Thanks.
Just had to come up another inch. She does touch shot stone.
Yeah.
And by that much, steal of one for Northern Ontario, in control on this opening night, the Scotties in Thunder Bay. Kristen McCarville had prepared for playing in front of the home crowd. And now playing in front of the seats and looking very good. Up 7-2 as we take a look at the game story. McCarville with that steal of one in the third, and then that miss by Carey results in the steal of three, in control as McCarville is out curling Carey as well. The game story is brought to you by Tim Hortons. It is the official coffee of Curling Canada. And we'll leave that game and come over to the outside sheet. This is sheet D here at the Fort Williams Gardens. And 5-3, New Brunswick leads as we go to 9. New Brunswick, Andrea Crawford out of the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton, playing wild card team number 1, skipped by Tracy Fleury. They're from the East St. Paul Curling Club. East St. Paul, just northeast of Winnipeg. But of course, Tracy Fleury, the story is testing positive for COVID earlier in the week. Is isolating in a separate hotel here in Thunder Bay. And they say if she tests negative, she could be back on the ice by maybe tomorrow, but certainly by Sunday. So at the moment is Selena Negevin, who is throwing the fourth stones. And you see Robin Negevin is now throwing the third stones and holding the brush for Selena.
And you see those numbers for Selena. She's had some very difficult shots tonight. Robin is a really good player in her own right. She played second this year for Caitlin Jones. They were the semifinalists at the Manitoba Scotties. But it's come into the mix. You come as a fifth thinking that you might get into a game. You may play once or twice, and all of a sudden now you're playing third, and everybody's trying to adjust. And the team has just not played as well. In this end, for example, Liz Fife hogged her guard. That's not a Liz Fife shot. It's just they're just a little unsettled.
No.
Okay. All right, that's great. Good. 14-2. Okay.
So there is room to get in.
Yeah.
Just slipping back at the pinhole.
14-2. Yes.
A belated happy birthday to Selena. She had her birthday on the 22nd.
Yeah, I feel like he's in the same spot as her in here, just like a little bit straighter. Yeah. Took its time. Okay. Well, let's hope
Got it.
Room to get right down on top.
Like it. Heavy. Need backing. We need backing. 9.
Kate! Yeah, try to curl it. Yep, okay.
It's got a lot of weight.
Yeah, bring it back. I don't want to pocket for her. Yep, all the way back. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
All right, Andrea.
Oh, boy. So suddenly,
All right, same thing.
wild
Yeah, you
card
can give us the same.
has a chance to tie it here with a couple in 9.
Well, and you can even on that one for Andrea's, you can even come top 4, and it makes the deuce really tough. So to be back 12 just kind of lets him off the hook.
Andrea saw Sylvie Quillen there, former Sylvie Robichaud, who's skipped in 4 different Scotties.
Back 4, back 8.
Jill Babin,
we're
Kate
heavy.
Forward, also on this team from Fredericton.
Liz, try.
While Fleury has Selena Negevin, Liz Fife, Kristen McCush, and of course, we mentioned Robin Negevin. Boy, get that over there. Look out. Don't want her hit and roll off.
Good.
And they will sit there for two.
Well done. There's a little panic on
A
that
nervous two at best.
Coming down.
I know, I was just like, I don't want.
So we'll go to the break. 5-5. Crawford will have the final stone, the hammer, coming home. And we also have a win for Team Holman, wild card number 3. All smiles for Emma Miskew, who wins her debut as the skip here at the Scotties. As we come back to Thunder Bay on this opening night, Friday night, and watch New Brunswick lead Cape Forward in a 5-5 tie, and it is New Brunswick that does have last rock as the hammer playing the Red Stones. Skipped by Andrea Crawford. Again, New Brunswick was a nominated team by Curl New Brunswick, trying to win just their second ever Canadian Women's Curling Championship. Their first was in 1963, Mabel DeWare, who went on to become a
Either that
senator.
or really high, like on that.
Senator Mabel DeWare in Ottawa.
I don't mind that. High on that red one.
Okay.
Okay, so like a 1. Yep, you got it.
Yeah, I like this call. Try and get like a 1 just over the hog line.
Not all there.
Almost in line with that red guard.
Line, guys. Line's fine. Take a look. Just over.
Guys,
Oh, just over. Needs to curl.
Keep as much separation, so try and get it just over the hog line.
I don't know. Go even?
No, we're not there. Okay. Nice
Sorry.
release. Okay.
Scared from the last. Well.
Sorry.
Go, Andrea.
Better hurry up.
You got it, Jill.
At this point in time in a 5-5 tie, if you're Andrea Crawford, you're just doing nothing but ripping and opening things up. All right?
Exactly. Even this double peel isn't critical, Vic. Just make sure that top yellow goes.
No.
You're just opening up that forefoot for your last.
Jill Babin, in a 6th Scotties appearance, doesn't get rid of the tight center guard.
Sorry. It's all good. Line's good. Little tighter line, but
That line, you gotta go line. Really hard line.
line's good.
We're over curling.
No.
No, don't touch it. No, off. Needs to stop. Good. That girl. Good touch, guys.
I wanted that over just a bit more to the center line. You're trying to get something that you've got a piece of the
can get it
forefoot to
this
come
way now.
around.
No, well, you can peel that. Yeah. Might get lucky. Are we trying for the double or just straight peel? No, not this. I don't think so. I think, no. Okay. You're just going to stick your shooter there. Okay,
Let's just make a decision.
All right, Kathy, back to the game that we started with. Northern Ontario with a 7-2 lead over Team Wildcard number 2, and Chelsea Carey. And Carey decided to play on despite the lead and is in trouble again.
Well, she is. The 2 stones left of the center line were there on her first. She tried to bury around them and just grazed and rolled open that little bit. Kristen McCarville able to remove it, and so now trying to play the nose and a little roll into the inside for shot.
And she'll do that, so she'll pick up a single point in the 9th. And there's the wave, concession wave.
2.5.
And Northern Ontario. And we can only imagine what the crowd would have done had there been a crowd here at the Fort Williams Gardens. As they pick up the win, 7-3 is your final.
Yes. You know what? One time I got caught because I'm like, it's so straight.
7. Good touch, guys.
Impressive game by McCarville on this opening night.
It's a nice start for that team. I mean, they were talking about they hadn't had a competitive game since the trials, and it's just been practice and practice, and sometimes that can be a little unnerving when you head into a national championship, but well done to start.
And McCarville will play PEI, also a winner tonight in their second game tomorrow.
Nice call. Thanks.
While Carey will try to rebound against Nunavut.
Similar. Yeah. Should be there. To your broom.
Okay, line's good.
Slide. Slide.
Where are you?
Just to your broom. Yeah, we're okay.
Line's
A little
great.
higher.
Line's really good. Yeah.
Sylvie just made a great shot. She peeled the center guard and got rid of
There you
that
go.
yellow, and that can make a big difference because that's the opportunity. That
Nice spot.
second yellow was to make New Brunswick look at 2 on their last. Opens it up and gets rid of it. Now just a straight peel.
Mentioned that Sylvie now in a 5th appearance. Her best record was 5-3, and that was in 18.
Nice shots. Thanks.
And there's a skip.
Sorry. Yes, for sure, for sure. It's sweet.
I think so, hey?
Yeah, because I mean, if we freeze, that doesn't help us, right? Right now?
No, she had just blasted it.
Yeah. I think we just have to freeze on your last one, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's all we have, really. Okay,
It's
this
nice
seems
here.
nice here.
Yeah.
It's like it's sliding good. You got it.
It's
close. 2.5.
Nice.
A little higher than yours.
Yeah, line.
2.
It will give Selena, throwing the guard here, will give her a sense of
Yep.
a little bit of the line to play the freeze on her last one and weight as well.
Yep, keep going. Yep.
Okay, it's fine.
Good feet.
Fine, Selena. That's good.
My hair got stuck. My hair got stuck under my broom when I was sliding out.
Oh, shoot.
Or something. I think they're just using it.
You know, I'm looking at this, and I guess it's the club curler in me going,
They're
well,
just
it's
using it
so
for
long. Why don't we just go around?
Yes, that is the club curler.
But it's the truth, right? I mean, it's just a different level. I mean,
No, exactly. No.
keep it open.
Open it up.
Yeah.
You've got the hammer. You go around, you slide back 4 foot, and now they freeze, and that's why you're a club curler.
Yeah, well, I'm a Salmon Club commentator too. That's-
Nice shot, Andrea.
Oh, it's falling back over.
Got it? Sure enough does. So what's left?
Just the freeze. The freeze is tough, though, because it's above the tee line. You actually
Thank you.
have to move it, because otherwise you're frozen on the angle, and it's a easy double.
We just like freeze here and hope.
Yeah, I mean, she'll be able to blast it.
But like what else? Like this, she's made this draw every. It's like the best path on the ice.
I like the freeze. Make her make something.
Like just
Yeah,
tap
So
and
the
tap.
problem here is
Just stay here.
if you freeze to be shot, you're going to have to sit right there almost, and that's pretty easy double to make and get rid of everything. So the other option that you have is you could actually play, maybe try and tap this just back a bit. Oops, sorry. I am missing rest now. Just try and tap this just back a little bit, and then it makes it a little tougher. It's tough no matter what, because you almost have to move it, or if you freeze on the angle, it's an easy blast.
That was the second time out taken by Team Fleury and Sherry Madaw,
You know what I mean? Like we've gone out.
the 4-time Scotties bronze medalist,
You like a 14.5?
Canadian senior silver medalist.
A little, right?
We have to be there, right? George does not do anything for us. I think I'm leaning towards
Wondering if,
14.5-ish.
Okay.
I'm assuming so. I should ask
Threw
her.
a 14
you know
and
what happens when you
14-2
assume, but I'm assuming that Wayne Madar, her
We're thinking
husband, who
14-5
coaches
-ish.
Sweden, would be going to Beijing.
He is.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so you threw like a 14 on your last one.
They're probably gone there now.
In the 8th end here. Okay.
In the 9th, yeah.
Most of Team Canada
14-2
flew
is
over
your
today,
first
tomorrow.
You got it.
Yeah, let's make it.
Like just a little tap is perfect.
Yeah, we'll for the tee.
Let's make it.
Got it.
%83% on her draws here in draw 1.
Go a little.
Let it work. Let it work if you can. We gotta go. Okay, line's good. Gotta go. Gotta go. Wait.
And picked up.
Gotta go.
Liz Fife, Kristen McCush.
Top 4. Line's close.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to put it on that corner. Now you have to be the shot stone.
Go. Gotta go.
Big scrub, McCush, Fife, big scrub. Can't let it over. Curl. Oh, and it will. And that winning point is right there, T-line. Edge of the 4. And New Brunswick will pick up the win.
Yeah, good game. Good luck, guys.
Make the final 6-5. New Brunswick is a winner on this opening night. And Team Fleury, without their skip, Tracy Fleury, will drop their opener.
What a brilliant try, though, Vic, on this one. Just had to be on it a little bit sooner. Even tapping it wouldn't have hurt. Just maybe a little bit of a mistake on the line call.
Well, they stopped slipping.
So next up for Crawford will be against Emma Miskew and Team Holman. That's tomorrow night.
The Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you in part by Sponge Towels, made for real-life messes. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. By Home Hardware, Here's How. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Just happy to be back here, and you always dream about representing Canada and wearing the maple leaf on your back. It means so much to me, and to do it twice back to back is pretty special.
We've had a really great season. We started strong, winning 2 of the first few spiels, so a strong season for us so far, and happy to have kind of started to break through into the next level.
And that will be our featured game when we get our first look at Pool B tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Holly Duncan, who was named by Curl Ontario to represent the province against the 2-time defending champion Carey Enerson and Team Canada. So we just got our first look at Pool A, the one team that did not play, and that is Penny Barker. The Saskatchewan champions out of the Moose Jaw Ford Curling Center practicing now, as they will be on the ice again tomorrow night for their first game against the team of Tracy Fleury, and that will be our featured game tomorrow night, Fleury against Saskatchewan. Krista McCarville opens up with a big win here in her hometown on this first night of the Scotties. Till tomorrow night, thank you for joining us. Take care of yourselves and each other.